Hello and welcome to the MCTC Anime Club series review. I'm Crimson Lord.
Quick Q&A night at your service.
Delta.
Phoebe.
And today we're going to be reviewing a series we watched today, The Ancient Magus Bride, one of the more newer anime that is still ongoing. The short summary of this, it's basically one of those types of animes that involve magic, but instead of the usual, like fairy tale and other plots, this is like more of the serious stuff, like what magic actually represents in the real world.
And we meet our main character by buying someone.
Right. This first starts off as an auction that's in the underworld, where
Not the underworld like Hades' realm, like criminal underworld.
point is, it starts off with a girl named Chise who has been passed around her entire life due to her special traits of being able to see strange creatures that no one else can. She has decided to have herself auctioned off and is bought by a soul mage by the name of Elias Ainsworth. Seriously guys, you guys watch the series here. You gotta say something.
He bought her, and that's how we get our ancient Magus bride. End of anime.
Joker, be serious, please.
Okay, everyone. Okay, everyone. The review's over. See you all next week now.
Well, she can see the creatures due to her abilities because she's a slave beggy, and not like a slave, but because we thought we heard that she's a slay beggy. So that's why she can see the creatures, and she's seen these things for her entire life, and she hasn't known why. And so now Elias is going to teach her how to harness her ability and make her a mage that she was meant to be. Because he bought her to be an apprentice.
And to apparently marry.
And marry. That's why, hence, the ancient Magus bride.
Yeah, basically Chise, I'm shit with these names, my apologies. Is basically she has the protagonist title, the ancient Magus bride, and Elias is the ancient Magus. He's a Magus of shadow, and and thorns, and what he does can scare the crap out of anyone. That episode, just damn. That's basically what we can say for a summary, right?
Yeah.
Right. We could have said more, but unfortunately our time frame doesn't allow so.
Well, that and there's not really much more to say.
Yeah.
And we have a pretty vague time frame.
And so far through the series, the only characters that have much depth are Elias and Chise.
I think its name is Elias.
It's Elias in the dub. No, in the sub, it's Elias.
Tomato. Although honestly, I don't know anyone who says tomato.
Anyway, moving on to characters. We'll start off with Chise. As mentioned before, she was passed on from different relatives who didn't want anything to do with her because of the strange creatures that she kept seeing, even though no one else could. In this case, non-magic humans.
Yeah, another thing about these creatures that they seemed naturally attracted to her, as I mean, when you see them, they pretty much show affection to her 24/7.
Well, of course.
Some of them, I mean, like the fairies in like the second episode, yeah, they do that, but
Right.
not every creature wants to swallow her whole and take her to their world and do stuff with her.
Right. As quoted in the anime, to the Fays, the neighbors, as some are calling them, they are naturally attracted to slay beggies who have strong magical power, but are also pretty frail in their beings.
That, and they're also said from Elias's line, they're anything shiny and new, like a toddler.
I think we also saw an instance of one being a completely loyal familiar, which I guess can happen even if you're not a slave beggar. But like if you're a mage, you can apparently have a fae for a familiar.
Yeah,
and
the
you
whole
can
thing
see
with
the Fae.
Angelica.
Angelica. What was her last name?
Don't remember now.
Yeah,
It's that big of a deal.
Yeah, had a Fae familiar water spirit by the name of Hugo who was completely loyal to her and helped her with her work.
No relation to the inventor.
Yeah. So.
No, the Hugo fans.
Oh, so you can have Fae familiar, but you can also, I guess, have Fae enemy.
Well, look at you remember that one of the last
Yeah.
episodes we watched with. Yeah, that one.
No, I think it's more like Faes may have good intentions at times, but whatever they think of just helping could end up being harmful to others around.
Right. Okay. I think we've gotten a little off topic of the whole. This was supposed to be talking about Chie's character, not.
She say,
Jesus,
whatever.
you know who I mean.
Right.
Sorry.
So, anyway, this girl who's been passed around her whole life, not having a home to call her own, gets bought up in an auction by a very promising Magus, who agrees to take her to his home and teach her everything he knows.
Yeah. And kind of like you see that in her characterization. She's kind of broken, and like she gets like that whole thing with like when she has the collar on and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost as if she's come to expect that eventually she'll be thrown out.
Alright, and instantly, this guy just
He
with a
feeds
snap.
her, he gives her clothing,
He
and
bathes
places to
her.
sleep.
Yeah, he bathes her.
Quite
He at least made
Yeah.
sure to leave the room when she
I
was
mean-
in there.
Yeah, I honestly think he may not be human, so he doesn't understand the concept of
He may
modesty.
not be human.
I don't think he understands the concept of modesty or wasn't taught about that.
See, that makes more sense than the beginning of your sentence, because I'm pretty sure a guy with a deer skull. If you've seen what Elias looks like, you'd question why I would question the thought of him being human.
Anyway,
I don't know what he is, but he ain't human, that's for sure.
anyway, Elias.
He's a dwarf.
I guess we should move on to him then. From what I can tell, he seems to be a mage.
No, really?
Anyway, although he doesn't
Really?
seem like the typical mage, his powers seem to more dwell in the shadows.
And the thorns.
But that's how magic is. There's a light side and there's a dark, and apparently Elias resides in the dark.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna.
Anyone else wants to jump in?
The dark.
He
The dark.
comes across as quite the mysterious character. We don't exactly know what his full motives are. He claims to want to teach her magic, but
And he
why?
keeps bringing up them being on a honeymoon and their marriage.
That?
He bought a girl for like 5 million
Pounds.
€5 million.
pounds, they said.
Hmm.
And you see, like, he decides to marry. Yeah, the whole marry thing. And honestly, I'd say we don't know what's, especially he comes around, he could be an incredibly serious mage or somewhat eccentric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's serious, yet he lives in a cottage and has this like. Did we learn what silver was?
I believe
She's
she's
a fairy
called
snake.
Like a fae
Silky.
servant, who, likes to cook and
Servant.
clean, and he just keeps him around, and also he keeps telling people to die as a
no.
joke.
I don't know if it was a joke,
yeah.
but at least in some cases, like with a priest, it was
Yeah.
definitely.
I think you guys just misled everybody. Silky's not much of a servant, more like she's a housekeeper / landlady.
Oh,
Yeah, he does refer to her as more of a landlady, but yeah, she does. Well, I think what I meant, sorry, not a. Help me out with you. I forget.
Vivi.
Vivi. Yeah. Was I the one who gave you that name?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, well, as Vivi was saying she does do the cooking and stuff, but yeah, she comes across as the servant.
Right. Anyway, it's more like a. But I still. retain my statement. She's more the housekeeper / landlady, not in any ways a servant. Although she seemed to be on the quiet side of it.
Using more action than words to convey what she means.
Although, as I saw in one episode, she seemed very protective around Chisei when the priest showed up.
Yes, she's very protective of Chisei.
It is a priest.
Yeah, anime priests don't tend to be that wholesome of.
And he did kidnap
Character.
her at one point, so. The whole scene with the dragon when they.
That wasn't him.
Oh, I thought they were the same character.
That was no.
Oh, never mind. I thought it
Simon's
was.
the priest and Lindell's the 3,000-year-old mage
Oh.
and caretaker to the dragons.
Well, then I guess I was wrong. I thought that was a priest.
No.
Oh,
Linda, I thought his nickname was Echoes.
I never heard an echoes.
I don't know. They looked really similar. I guess I may have just missed that detail.
Well, call me crazy when I saw Lindell and Elias together. They kind of seemed like a father doting on his son for being a bonehead.
I'm sorry,
Well,
that's just the impression I was getting from
I
those
mean,
two.
Elias is kind of boneheaded.
Quite literally.
But yeah, from what I've seen when they were together, they seem to have some sort of a history, which is explained later in the series, but I won't give any spoilers.
Nope. Bad demon. I will send you to the Twisting Nether if you say more.
I'm just giving people incentive to want to continue watching this episode series.
That's what the point of the review is and the anime. We don't mention possible spoilers.
I said I wasn't going to say anything. Only that if they want to find out about their relationship, watch it.
I'm going to hit you with the chair if you say it again.
Any other characters that are towards the main plot and not just part of the arcs?
Not really. I mean, we haven't really got a main plot.
Yeah.
So far,
We haven't got
the way
a
the
main-
anime is going is these are all portrayed as trips on Elias and Chisei's honeymoon, even though I don't think she actually agreed to marry him.
More like his excuse to take her around dealing with the tasks given to him by the church.
Not probably, but he does call it a honeymoon, so.
We also
So,
didn't get to
I
meet.
don't want to say we have a cast yet, because I don't think we've seen the entire main cast yet.
Yeah, we didn't get to meet Ruth, who is important. Oh, sorry.
Ignore what Vivi just said. She was thinking about her adventures with the Straw Hats.
Okay.
Point is, moving on, any good points about the series?
Elias.
Okay.
I'm sorry, he's just fun. He's just fun. I like his character. Just gets up on stage. 5 million. I don't care.
I mean, the animation in general. This was like one of the best anime of 2017. It was really beautiful, vibrant color, great world building, character building, great plot from what I could see. Great just character interaction, So.
Right. Well, honestly, it's a pretty good series, and that's coming from myself, who's seen the entire first part. Still, but yeah, after seeing the dub version, it's actually pretty good. I mean, the characters' voices, they pretty much match the personalities they have.
Like, she's got the kind of like broken, she's regaining her self-worth, which is kind of a little ironic.
And Elias has the sort of tone that belongs to a befitting teacher.
Yeah, but also the eccentric, and he just rolls with the punches, like when Angelica hits him in the gut, or just the whole mocking his face.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other good points to mention?
Character interactions are nice, and they build for, and you do see like a bond. Like one thing I was noting, like kind of with the whole, like how she comes, when we first meet her, she's literally collared and sounds incredibly broken, and even at one point says she never thought she'd be in a bath again. And like she looks like one of those characters, like she's down speed, and like she thinks she's literally like human debris, for a reference to another series. And something I know was gonna write, like how ironic how I said she's regaining herself is Elias, and this whole thing like brings back that whole like she's regaining herself, which is why I said it was ironic, because most of the cases, you know, a character gets bought, you don't think they're gonna be everything's gonna be happy. Every time I've seen that in an anime or show, that's not exactly happy. But this seems like he bought her, and now her life is doing a 180.
Right.
And just like whole building, I said she's even completely fine that if she dies,
Right.
which is slightly weird. She's happy because they're like a family.
So, what about any cons, bad points about the anime?
Not enough silver.
Yeah, really, we didn't get far enough to see if there could be any flaws.
Well, I'm not gonna say we didn't get far enough. I mean,
Oh.
you can see enough to get far enough. I mean, we watched what, five episodes?
Four.
And 5. Okay. I don't think we watched 4. I think we know at least yet.
Yeah.
And this is how many episodes?
15, I believe they're on.
I don't know the number. All I know is that it's not the traditional 13, but I think they might stretch it to 24 or 26.
All right, so yeah, so they're not an example of so far like with some animes like Dimension W where they only had so many episodes and not enough to plot. Like we've already got hints towards a plot, like something interesting with Chise and how she passes out slightly, and we have no idea what happened to her. Like there's several plot points, and we still don't know Elias's full plan. And we know there's a hint of story, like magic seems to be fading away from the world.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, there's hints, like it's not an example like Dimension W, which we didn't get the real main plot maybe 9 episodes in.
Right. Any other bad points about it?
I got nothing, man.
Yeah, no.
As everyone else has kind of noted, we really haven't gotten that far to see any big negatives about it. I personally think this might be the best one we've seen so far this semester.
Yeah.
Right. Well, anyway, anything else?
Yeah, I got no negatives. Vivi?
Yeah, no negatives. It has definitely been one of the best anime of this semester, definitely one of the best of 2017, so I think it did well for itself, you know, and it's continuing to grow and develop, so it's going strong and no weak points yet, so.
Right then. Well, should we move on to scoring then?
Yes.
Do it.
I give it a 5 out of 5.
Same for me, 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5 pounds.
So, a perfect score.
I believe that's our first perfect score.
This semester, yes.
Yeah.
Let's hope we can start a new streak again. Anyway, that's it for this week's review. Join us next week when we watch the movie.
Not movie, it's an anime special, but movie works well enough.
Regardless, Fate Grand Order, the First Order. Until
Dun,
then, this
dun,
is the MCTC
dun.
Anime Club signing off.